Thank you for clicking on this video about the new process for further information requests on business cases. I'm Catherine Sinclair and I'm a Means Technical Lead. In this webinar, I'm going to go through an introduction to the new process, what the new process is, the guidance that's available for you, some information that you can give to your client regarding the new process, how we'll communicate with you, and some additional guidance and how you can contact us. The purpose of this webinar is to promote the new process for requesting further information on business cases, which will be available from the 1st of March 2025. It will provide guidance on how to submit an application through the new process. And by the end of this webinar, you will have an understanding of the background of the Means Assessment Pilot, who can use the new process for further information requests, how you can submit an application through the new process for further information requests, and how the Legal Aid Agency will continue to communicate with you. So the background to the process. We know that getting extra income and asset details from the client can be time consuming, where the provider acts as a go-between between the legal aid agency and the client. We recently conducted a means assessment pilot, which looked at the ways of improving the way we work with providers to help reduce their admin burden. Part of the process involved giving clients the option to be contacted directly by our caseworkers for further information requests. We received really positive feedback from the providers. Caseworkers requesting the further information directly saved between 30 minutes to several hours on the more complex cases, and it was found to be very helpful when the applicant was self-employed or had some involvement in business. The new process for requesting further information on business cases. This is open to all civil providers on business cases only. A business case is for a client who is self-employed in a business partnership, a company director, or owns shares in a company. How the new process can help. The new process for requesting further information aims to deliver the following benefits. We want to reduce the admin burden for the provider by removing the requirement for the provider to request further information from the client. We want to reduce processing time as the further information request goes directly to the client. We want access to legal aid for all qualifying clients by providing additional support in business cases to ensure these clients can access legal aid. And we want a reduction in revocations because the information is going directly to the client so they know what's expected of them. The guidance. If your client is self-employed in a business partnership, a company director, or owns shares in a company, the first step is to ascertain if they have an email address and a device to communicate directly with our caseworker. You can use discretion to decide if it is appropriate to ask them to be contacted directly by the LAA, and we understand that not all clients will be appropriate for this service. Your second step is to complete a provisional means assessment, obtain supporting evidence from the client prior to submitting the application, and retain this information on file. So we do still require you to do a provisional assessment to confirm if your client is eligible for legal aid, especially if you're using delegated functions or you're submitting an emergency application. You can submit the application in the usual way on CCMS and use the upcoming changes section in the means questions to enter your client's email address and include confirmation that the email address has been validated. To validate your client's email address, send a message to the email address provided by your client and receive a response to your client confirming that it is their email address. FI process explanation for clients. So below we've got some suggested wording of information you can give to your client to explain the new further information process with them. We asked you for information and evidence on your income and assets, which we send to the Legal Aid Agency. If the Legal Aid Agency needs more information to complete your assessment, they will email you directly at the email address you provided. They will use the email contactmeans@justice.gov.uk, and you can use this email to send any additional information. If you send the information straight to the Legal Aid Agency, your case will likely be processed faster than if you send it to us to forward on. You may receive a feedback survey on the process once your means assessment is completed. This information will be in the guidance that is accompanying this webinar. Communication. So how will we communicate with you during this process? The caseworker will keep you informed of further information requests sent to your client via a provider ad hoc notification. All of the forms of correspondence and notifications remain unchanged. The provider ad hoc notification is a one-way communication between us and you on CCMS, so you won't be able to respond to that. But if you have any questions throughout the process, you can send us a means inquiry and we can respond to you on that. The caseworker will contact you if they are unable to obtain the required information from your client. In that instance, we will default to the normal process of requesting further information. We'll set up a document request so we've got a two-way communication where you can provide the information. You will be advised of further updates on the FI process via external communications, and we will send you a feedback survey. Please note you can submit the application in the Welsh language in line with the LAA's Welsh language scheme. Contact us and additional information. So you can contact us via our customer service team on 0300 200 2020. Email for clients to provide the further information direct to caseworkers is contactmeans@justice.gov.uk. And we have a designated email service for providers, contactmeansexpert@justice.gov.uk. This is a new email address designed to assist you when you need support from a means expert when you're completing the means elements of your legal aid application. And this is only for civil certificated applications for legal aid. We've got additional guidance about the means expert email on the Legal Aid Learning Portal. On our training website, we have online support web chat, which can help you with your IT system issues. Our webinar recordings are also on there, which focus on areas where there have been issues or high inquiry levels, and they're also posted on YouTube. We have a legal aid bulletin, which is a fortnightly e-alert with links to relevant pages. We're also on X and the LEA portal, where we post the status of our online systems on the portal's homepage. We've now come to the end of this webinar. Thank you very much for watching this video.